Yeah, I mean, similar to what Tegan said, I think we're just really excited to get a big 3 points on the road here in North Carolina. We knew it wouldn't be easy, but just really proud of our effort bouncing back from our first loss in regular season and just coming out here, proving a point and showing that we can, get points on the road.
And then we actually have a media member here in person to question, and then we're going to start with her question.
Okay. Tegan, you mentioned the formation change. Was that something that you guys have been working on during training camp and maybe you'll deploy it during the season, or it just kind of came out of nowhere this week?
No, it came out of nowhere. We had not worked on it, just 2 days ago. Casey kind of said, this is what we're going to go to. This is what we're going to try. And, we just have to trust in what the coaches told us and kind of just do our jobs around it.
And then, Naomi, obviously you're making your tour around the whole city at this point, and it's a hot day here, and new venue for you.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
I mean, beautiful pitch. Yeah, I mean, going into like every stadium for the first time, I feel like it's a different challenge every game. Coming here, the heat obviously is a factor, playing at 2 p.m. Third game in the week, but yeah, I mean, it was a great crowd. I enjoyed it, and obviously North Carolina is a great opponent, so just really happy with the result.
Great. Hector, we'll start with you, and then Morgan, you'll follow.
Hey, congratulations on the victory. Big 3 points. Whoever wants to take this question, how big was it for you guys mentally, emotionally to have Casey back on the sideline?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was big for us. Just like having our coach back to turn 2 when, like, I don't know, we need to change something. But yeah, I mean, whether she's here or not, I feel like the principles stay the same for us. And it's just like working as a team, whoever's relaying the information, just like executing on the field and getting a result is what's the most important thing for us. But obviously, we're really happy to have her back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Morgan, followed by Tom.
All right. I have a question for you both. North Carolina had 7 shots in the first half, but none of them were on target. Were you guys more proud of your defense for forcing the shots off target, or was it kind of frustrating to see the opposition take that many shots in the first half?
I would say I think we did a good job of making the shot, like the angle hard for them and forcing the difficult shot, and just like getting numbers behind the ball. So yeah, I think obviously we'd rather them not have any shots, but I think when it comes down to it, giving them the most difficult shot is our job and giving Kaylin the best chance to make a save. So yeah, I think proud of our defensive effort from everyone on the field.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think just like, at the highest level, teams are going to get shots, whether you like it or not. And it's like Naomi said, it's just making it the most difficult on them and not letting them have those easy shots. Even if that doesn't mean you're not blocking it, you're at least getting out, you're making them think about them coming. So I think it's just like more getting them off their game than anything that you can, that's the best that you can do sometimes.
All right, Tom, go ahead.
Tegan, you're a veteran of this league, a lot of experience. What's it like having Alex as a teammate? That's 6 goals in 5 games for her. It would seem like a great opportunity for you guys to have her in such good form.
Yeah, she's looking so good right now. And I think, being in the league for so long, you understand the players and the different weapons that they bring. And Alex just brings so many of those different characteristics that you want to play with in a forward. She's getting in behind, you can play her into feet, and you know that you can trust her with the ball. So I think things like counterattacks and whatnot, you're always looking for her. So to be on the side of her instead of defending her like I have been the past 3 years, I think it's a lot better, I would say.
And following up, I asked Naomi this last week. Alex obviously is a face of women's soccer and a global star. NWSL, she's never been the MVP. And would that surprise you? And maybe this would be a good year for it.
I mean, yeah, it's surprising just knowing the player that she is. But I think you can kind of look at it in any other aspect. There's amazing basketball players that have never gotten an MVP award. And I think it's something that she's absolutely working towards and she would love, but it doesn't change my perspective on her at all. I still think she's an amazing forward and I hope she does get that MVP this year, but she's really working for it and I trust her 100% on the field.
Thank you.
Great. Any last questions? Just raise your virtual hand. If not, we'll let these players go cool off. Shower off. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Everyone, hopefully you're ready here.
Sweating.
It's very hot here, so. Again, we're gonna start after a big 3 points. We'll let Casey kind of give her thoughts on the match and then we'll open it up to questions. Casey?
Yeah, I think overall, I have to be really, really pleased. Like Courage are a very good team. I think coming here off the back of a 3-game week when they didn't have a 3-game week and performing like we did with the amount of discipline that we did, we knew that we probably weren't going to have as much of the ball as we would like. The conditions were unbearable just sitting on the side, let alone playing. The 2 o'clock kickoff was interesting for me in these conditions. But listen, immensely proud of the shift that everyone's put in this week. We had a disappointing result on Wednesday, but the key was today they bounced back and incredible attitude and we changed the shape and in 2 days they picked it up brilliantly and applied themselves. So I have to be immensely proud of the performance and ultimately coming away with 3 points today.
Again, we're gonna start here in person with Alicia and then we'll go online.
Thanks. Casey, first of all, I wanted to ask how you're feeling after this in the last game, and I don't know if you traveled over in the meantime or what, but how are you feeling?
Yeah, I've got to be honest, COVID hit me like an absolute train. So yeah, I obviously tested positive after the game on Sunday. I wasn't feeling great. So I tested positive and then I flew direct here to meet the team. So I haven't had much contact with them in person. I've been on Zoom with my hood up. I've got to be honest, most of the week feeling pretty rough. Still not feeling 100%, but you know, I'm coming out the other end. And then listen, I just wanted to be back with the team. And it's my job to try and lift them after Wednesday's result. So it's a lot easier to do that when I'm here.
The second question for you. Tegan mentioned that you instituted a practical switch a couple days ago, and just wanted to hear a little bit about why you decided to do it and kind of what happened.
Various reasons. One being their shape. They play a box midfield, so if we would have gone 4-3-3, we would have asked a lot of our wide players, and they're very, very good through central areas. And Davina obviously is an exceptional talent as well as a lot of their other players. So we wanted to kind of deny their strengths. We know they play 2 up, so we kind of went for a 3 back to deal with that. And we had to have a lot of discipline in there, and we did that. And we also knew that we could transition really well central from that shape, which ended up in the goal. So yeah, it was a tactical decision based on them, based on the fact that we're on the road. It's the 3rd game in a week. We knew that we kind of maybe needed to not press as high, stay compact and pick our moments to go. And this shape allowed us to do that.
Hey, one more real quick. I did notice that it looked like McNabb was kind of landmarking Nonia's. Was that something that she's kind of fell into, or were we trying to do that?
Not really. It was just because she was out on the right and McNabb was on the left. So it was just positional. McNabb only got put in at left-sided centre-back literally late last night because Abby got injured in training yesterday. So it was a real, to be able to perform like that at a shift so late shows the talent that she's got and the character of her. And yeah, I thought, listen, they're a good side. They're going to create chances, but I thought we did well today.
Hector, go ahead, followed by Steph.
Congrats on the win, coach. Welcome back. Your next opponent is OL Reign. It's a team that you've already faced a couple of times in the Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
How much of an advantage is that for you guys, knowing that you've already played them twice and know how to match with them?
Yeah, I think knowing them helps, but you still have to go out and perform and pick a game plan that you think you can win to. And they're a very good team. I think they're one of the better teams in the league in terms of, I know they haven't necessarily picked up the results, but Laura's a very good coach. So it's going to be a really difficult test for us. Feels like we're on the road again, but you know, it's good to keep momentum now. I think today was an important win in terms of psychology of bouncing back from a defeat. To come here in these conditions and do that, it will give us confidence going into the next game.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great. Steph and then Tom.
Thanks. Hi, Casey. I wanted to ask about Taylor Korniak. Watching her last year with Pride, and then now it feels like she's made a lot of progress also with you guys just from game to game. But I wanted to ask you about your evaluation of her specifically in this game, obviously, because you talked about having to adjust to deny them in central areas, but also what you've seen from her, growing from preseason until this point.
Taylor's an incredible talent, and I think where she's growing and where she's going is credit to her, because she's so open-minded. She wants to learn. One thing she said to me is she feels like she's in the right place to do that. She's happy, which helps. She gets a lot of support in our environment as well. And she's growing as a player and as a person, and I've seen her go from strength to strength. She's always going to have games where she dips because she's still young, and also I put a lot of demands on them. And particularly, I don't think Wednesday was one of her better performances, but then to come back and perform like that today, and it's, people say that she's on there for her height. She's not. She gives us a weapon to get up the pitch when we can go off her, but her feet are unbelievable. And the way she sees a pass and picks a pass and sets that goal up, she's a great talent, and she's working really hard, and it's credit to her for her growth so far within this team.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Tom. Tom?
Have I bored you, Tom?
Never.
Oh, there he is.
Great career for Alex Morgan, but not always the very, very best in the NWSL, more international. Has never won the MVP. I'm wondering if maybe this is the year. She seems to be in peak form, and Taylor's helping her, and you're helping her with a great defense.
Yeah, I think, listen, Alex is a world-class player, hence why we signed her, and she's proven that with her goals, and that was a great finish today, really calm and composed, and gets us the win. And that's happening because she's working really hard on the training field. Again, she's open-minded, she's applying herself in the ways that, we need her to in the team, and she's getting good service. So, I have to be really happy with her performances, and we just need to keep her fit and healthy and keep her on the right track.
And can you explain how your defense was able to pull this off with only 2 days of learning this new formation?
They're so open-minded. If you give them an idea and you say, this is why we're doing it, this is the rationale, and this is how I think we can win the game, they will, give it everything they've got. And they did that today. And we don't get that result unless every single person works really hard over the last 2 days to learn the game plan, understand the game plan, but most importantly, execute it today. We needed to bring fresh legs on the pitch. They needed to do the same thing because the conditions here today were brutal. We were never going to get through 90 minutes with the same 11 on the pitch. So I credit my team for their open-mindedness, their coachability, and their absolute desire and hard work to win.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great. Any final questions? All righty.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.